What if I told you that one of the rarest Mopars ever built, a car so unusual that even factory historians didn't believe it existed, vanished the same year it was delivered, and wouldn't be seen again for more than 4 decades? This isn't a myth. It isn't a rumor passed around car shows. This is the real story of a 1970 HEMI Super Bee with a bizarre, one-off collection of factory options. A car built quietly on the Lynch Road assembly line, sold to a man who practically disappeared with it, and rediscovered in the dusty pole barn with only 11,423 original miles. Today, we're diving into how this impossible car came to be, how it vanished, and how its rediscovery sent shockwaves through the Mopar world. Our story begins in late 1969, inside a small Dodge dealership in rural Ohio. A middle-aged man walked in, not the type of guy you'd expect to order a muscle machine. He wasn't loud, didn't talk about racing, didn't seem interested in flashy colors or big wings, but he knew exactly what he wanted. According to the surviving order sheet, he requested a 1970 Dodge Super Bee equipped with the legendary 426 HEMI, Chrysler's most feared power plant, a column shift torque flight automatic, almost never paired with a HEMI, a bench seat, making it look like a taxi inside, no Ram Charger hood, no hood pins, no performance stripe package, and dog dish hubcaps, the absolute base wheels, and a quiet, understated color, dark green poly. This thing was the opposite of a typical Super Bee. It was a factory-built ghost. If you saw it at stoplight, you'd never guess it could outrun almost anything on the street. Only one car has ever been documented with this exact configuration. Even the dealer reportedly questioned him, "Are you sure you want a HEMI with a column shift?" He simply nodded and said, "I don't need people knowing what I have." When the car arrived, it caused confusion at the dealership. Employees gathered around it puzzled. A HEMI car? With a bench seat, a column shifter, and no stripes? But the owner didn't care about attention. He quietly drove it home, put a few thousand miles on it over the next couple of years, and according to neighbors, treated it more like a priceless antique than a muscle car. He was known to drive it only on warm days, avoid highways to keep the engine clean, refuse to park it anywhere but his locked barn, and change the oil more often than he drove it. Then, sometime in the late 1970s, the car simply vanished. Local Mopar enthusiasts assumed he had sold it. Dealership records didn't track it. No one ever saw it in town again. But in reality, the owner was becoming increasingly private and protective. He parked the car deep inside his pole barn, covered it with moving blankets and cardboard boxes, and seemingly decided the world would never see it again. For over 40 years, the car sat in total darkness. No photos, no documentation showing it still existed, just whispers that a weird HEMI Super Bee had once been in the area. Most Mopar experts assumed the story was a myth. When the owner passed away, the family hired an estate company to clean out the property. They expected to find old tools, furniture, maybe some farm equipment. Instead, while walking toward the back of the barn, one worker noticed what he thought was an old refrigerator covered in blankets. When he pulled back a corner of the cloth, he saw a silver of dark green poly paint. They dragged the blankets off and froze. Beneath 40 years of dust sat a 1970 Super Bee perfectly intact, its chrome lightly pitted from age, its Goodyear polyglass tires flat from decades of sitting, but unmistakably original. Inside the glove box, the original window sticker, original dealer invoice, factory inspection marks still visible under the hood. The odometer read 11,423 miles, barely broken in. Word spread instantly. Collectors rushed to the auction, some driving across state lines. Many believed it had to be a clone, because no one had ever seen a real HEMI Super Bee optioned like this. When the hood was open and experts checked casting numbers, silence fell over the crowd. It was real. Matching numbers blocked, transmission, axles, everything. Then the bidding war began, and the price skyrocketed into Mopar legend. Mopar historians immediately began decoding the fender tag and broadcast sheet. As the codes were checked off one by one, a picture formed of something truly extraordinary. The only known HEMI Super Bee with a bench seat. The only known column shift automatic HEMI documented for that year. the only car painted dark green poly with this equipment list, one of the lowest mile, unrestored HEMI cars ever found. Muscle car forums exploded with debates. Some insisted Chrysler never built such a combination, but the paperwork and the car itself forced Mopar historians to rewrite their databases. Overnight, this dusty barn discovery became one of the most significant Mopar finds in decades. The winning bidder at the auction didn't even consider restoring it. He understood the rarity immediately, not just of the car, but of its untouched condition. He transported it exactly as found, dust and all, and displayed it at major Mopar events inside a protective barrier. People lined up to study the car. The original factory overspray, the untouched interior that looked frozen in 1970, the column shifter that seemed out of place next to the mighty HEMI badge, the factory markings still present under the trunk lid. The car became a rolling history lesson, a preserved moment in time when Chrysler was building wild machines and customers were ordering even wilder combinations. Its new owner calls it the most honest HEMI car ever found. The forgotten HEMI Super Bee is more than a rare muscle car. It's a reminder that some of the most valuable Mopars weren't the flashy ones. They were the strange ones. Extraordinary cars often hide in the most ordinary places. And yes, there are still incredible discoveries waiting to be found. Somewhere out there, another oddball build sheet is sitting in a glove box, attached to a car someone parked decades ago and simply never drove again. Your dream barn find might be closer than you think. Like and subscribe for more automotive stories just like this one.